my God. It's those extra bits where the universe is just like, there you go, have it all. Oh my God, it's amazing.
That was exactly the ingredient when I felt, okay, this is crazy, it's happening.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm joined by a very special guest. Miruna is a good friend of mine. We go back years as entrepreneurs, helping each other along our journeys of entrepreneurship. And Miruna reached out to me recently to share with me the exciting news that she's had some big manifestation success stories lately using some of the techniques that I've shared on this YouTube channel. So I can't wait for Miruna to share her story with us so we can all grow in confidence, grow in belief that these techniques work, and maybe you can pick up a few of Miruna's top tips and secrets to make your manifestations come true too. So hi Miruna.
Hi everyone. Hi Lucy. Thank you so much for having me as a guest on your channel. I hope my story will inspire your audience and will give them hope that even in these craziest times that we live, they can still have their dreams come true.
Amazing. I'm sure it will. So why don't you talk us through what techniques you used, what you wanted to manifest, and what happened?
So my most used techniques at the moment are the scripting letter that I absolutely fell in love with since 2020. And recently I started to introduce into my daily manifestation this visualizing of Neville Goddard that you talked about in your videos. Long story short, my story started in 2020 when I spontaneously decided to move to Germany without knowing the country, without knowing the language, without basically knowing anyone. It was my boyfriend here, but our relationship was so in the beginning of everything, and I didn't know how things would happen. I managed to do it, but I did it without a plan. So for the first 5 months of 2021, everything was kind of crazy. We were in lockdown. We didn't have so many opportunities. I was trying to apply to jobs. I was trying to change careers. It was simply a feeling of hopelessness, I would say. Nothing was happening, nothing was moving. And it took me 1 year, exactly 1 year, to actually get my dream job. And this is the latest manifestation, something that I have been working throughout the whole last year. And I'm so excited to share with you guys step by step what I actually did to achieve this.
Whoa, congratulations. And so much respect to you for, it must have been a huge change, maybe quite a scary move, I'm guessing, to decide to just pack up your bags, move countries, and with all of the stuff going on in the world at that time. I mean, take me back to 2020 when you first moved to Germany. Like, how were you feeling?
I was, contrary to popular belief, I was feeling super confident somehow. It was the first time that I was doing something that was exciting me, that was a little bit scaring me, but I felt very supported. And that was kind of the feeling that I entered 2021. And I was very hopeful actually that things would go smooth for me, you know. But sometimes what you think is not what life, of course, gives you. And I feel that I had a lot of lessons to learn and I had to grow as a person. And probably that's why the challenges came my way. Somehow I also started to listen more to what people were saying, their doubts, their beliefs, and that kind of influenced me. But it took some time in the end for me to realize that what I know, what I feel, that what I can manifest is actually the path that I should take.
Oh yeah, so trusting yourself and having the blinkers on, you stayed strong, you stayed focused, you were actually feeling guided, feeling supported to make these big moves, ignoring other people's fears and doubts. That's incredible. So talk me through how you started to use these manifestation techniques to bring some of your goals into fruition.
So I would take the example of how I got my dream job here in Munich. It all started after the 5 months when nothing was actually happening. I kind of felt that maybe I needed some time to just relax, to just try to reset with everything because I come from 8 years of entrepreneurship and the mindset is different, you know. And I was trying anyway to meet people. I was trying to be proactive. I was trying to learn about new areas, about new businesses that were happening here. And I was always trying to see what I would like to do, like this or this or this or this. And that's when I first came up after 5 months with a scripting letter and a list of how I wanted my ideal dream, my ideal job to be like. And it was a very long list. I wanted this and this and this. I wanted, for example, a specific salary. I wanted a specific colleagues. I wanted to be in the center of Munich. I wanted to have a lot of benefits. So that's how I started to come up with the scripting letter. And I started to read my letter every single day for almost like 2 or 3 months.
Wow. So
Yeah.
your scripting letter was completely dedicated to your one goal of finding your dream job.
Yes, I was. I was not mainly reading all these details about the job every day because I had in my mind exactly what I wanted, but I wrote on a separate scripting letter, something along the line like, universe, please, thank you so much for this job that is exactly like I described it here, and it's coming to me in the easiest way possible. And that's exactly how it happened, because I wasn't actually looking for this particular job. I was applying to a lot of other jobs. But one day I was on Facebook, and in the group of girls from Germany, there's this girl that posted a job offer for her company that was in social media, which was the area that I liked. And that was the job that eventually became mine in the end.
And I love that you added the sentence in the easiest way possible, because I find, like, I've just had a bit of a realization there when you said that. I think I sometimes have some limiting beliefs still around being worthy of achieving something by working hard for it. Maybe without, I don't necessarily write down on my scripting letter, oh, I'm so grateful that this happened because I worked really hard. But because I haven't said in the easiest way possible, I think I've had a story in my head that it is going to require a lot of hard work to achieve some of my goals. So I love that. I'm going to start adding that to the way I think about and talk about my success, because, like, literally, I feel like it almost feels like cheating if I were to say it in the easiest way possible. But why not? Why not allow it to be easy?
Isn't it? And I would say that I was feeling exactly like you for years, and also in this specific case in the beginning, because I was hearing a lot from people, no, you cannot have a job in Munich if you don't know German, if you don't have a master's degree, if you don't have work experience in a certain company or in a certain area. And I had none. And I was thinking, okay, but who am I to want all this? Maybe I should first do a school. Maybe I should first learn the language fluently, and then afterwards, maybe I will be able to find a job exactly like I wanted. And apparently, it took me 9 months to realize this. I was kind of knowing that was stopping me, but I didn't know how to stop it myself. How to stop it in my mind. And that moment when I decided to basically let go of all the hardness, that was the moment when things started to shift and to move forward.
Whoa, the moment you made that mental shift towards allowing it to be easy for yourself. Ooh, I love this. Comment in the chat if you are going to make that shift too, and you are going to allow the things that you want to come to you easily. Absolutely love that. Okay, so far we've talked about your scripting letter, and I love how detailed you allowed yourself to be, to not settle for anything less than your dream job with the dream salary, the dream colleagues, the dream environment, the dream day-to-day activities in the easiest way possible. Amazing. So big tick there. So there's more, right?
Yes. How I actually started to shift things and to actually get the interview, I would say that I started also visualizing it. I was a little bit stuck in here, so I found a few jobs that were matching my description, but things were not moving forward after 1 or 2 interviews. And I started to be a little bit frustrated, like, what is happening? Everything was right on the paper, but nothing was moving forward. And that's the moment when I actually watched one of your videos about the Neville Goddard meditation before sleep with visualizing. And I remembered you talking about imagining yourself walking on stage. And I felt that, okay, this is super fun and easy to do. I'm sleeping every day, so I might give it a try, you know. And I started to visualize the moment when I would enter my company, and I had this image in my head that I was walking through a hallway, that it was a lot of glass walls around me. It was very bright, it was very light, and I was meeting my boss, which was a woman, and I was signing the contract to accept the job. And fast forward to my actual first day of at the job, when I signed the interview, when I signed the papers for my job, it was exactly like that. The company was exactly how I envisioned. The company was at the third level of a building. It was all glass. The light was coming through it. And I just sat with my boss and signed the contract, and everything went smooth. So I just felt in my heart that this was it.
Whoa, my goodness. And is your boss a woman?
Yes, and funny thing, one of the things that I wrote in my ideal job was that my boss would have worked before with people from Romania, where I come from. And on our first online interview, she told me, "Oh, that caught my attention that you are from Romania, because I actually worked with people from your hometown a couple of years ago, and they are super nice and hardworking." Exactly the words that I put on my letter.
Oh my God. It's those extra bits where the universe is just
Yeah.
like, there you go, have it all. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's amazing.
That was exactly
Wow.
the ingredient when I thought, okay, this is crazy, it's happening.
So when I'm interested actually, when you did actually walk down the hallway and sign the contract in real life, did it click that, oh my God, this is what I visualized? Or did you not realize and then afterwards you realized?
I was present, I was realizing it, and I was curious how I would feel, if I would feel like nervous or calm. And I was somewhere in between, maybe calmer. I would say more to this calm feeling. So I was feeling confident. I was feeling like, okay, I feel okay. Everything is going on, because I learned basically to see how I feel in different situations. And in other interviews, for some reason, I was always feeling very nervous, like something was off, you know? It's like in dating. You go out with someone and you don't know why, but that person is not the one. It doesn't give you the vibe. And when you meet when you meet the right person, you just feel like that person is the one.
So actually, that's a really good question. Now we're talking about feelings and emotions, because that's what it's really all about, right? So
Yeah.
in the scene that you played in your mind when falling asleep, what kind of emotions were you choosing to feel when you were imagining signing the contract?
I always try to feel calm, confident, worthy of the job. This was a very strong feeling that I worked the whole year, because, you know, thinking all the time that I don't have this qualification or this qualification or this one made me feel a little bit unworthy of the job. So that was exactly the goal of visualizing everything, to repeat the scene in my head for the moment when it's actually happening, to be prepared and to feel confident 100%.
Amazing. And you're giving off that confident, secure, grounded, worthy energy right now. Like the whole way you're talking about all of it. If we put something way up on a pedestal, as you say, it's like unworthy of this big thing. Whereas you've risen up to it. And I can see that must have taken some mental work or focus, because as you said, you could have easily listened to all of those reasons that people were saying and believed them and thought that you're not worthy of it. What advice would you give to someone who's got a dream, got a goal, got a vision, but they don't feel worthy of it right now, or they keep feeling like they're not good enough, or that it's bigger than them?
So I would say, first, to be clear what they want through experience. Why not? You have to experience, do you want this or this or this? It's like Abraham Hicks says, You have all these choices in a universe catalog, so you can choose whatever you want. For me, what helped also was at some point to not speak to anyone about my goals, because I realized very quickly that not everyone was seeing things as easy as they are, like I saw them. Someone saw them like, oh no, you have to do all this qualification. Whereas I had already a lot of examples in my own life when things just happened super easily, super fast. And I knew that it was a matter of how easy I see them in my head. So I would suggest also for you, anyone watching this, to just write down your goal and to write at the end, make it happen in the easiest way possible and see what comes up. What's the emotion that is there? What maybe that's the block that you have to actually work on.
True. And sometimes the doubt or the unworthiness can kick in if we think that this thing has to be really hard, and then we maybe doubt if we are capable. But as you say, letting it in easily can actually make it easier to believe.
If someone doesn't have a proper example from their lives of how easy things can be, they can always look around them. For me, it was always the case like this, like you, Lucie, that I was always overcomplicating things, always not feeling worthy unless I was doing a lot of work. And then I was looking around me at people, they were like, I know some women were getting things like this, and some men as well. I was like, why? What is happening? They are not so different from me. We had the same qualification. We have the same, place that we come from. What is actually the factor? And after talking with them, I realized that they just feel like, okay, I'm worthy. I just want it. I have it. It's easy for me to have it. And that was the moment when it clicked for me. And they said, okay, what's the story exactly, Miruna, that you tell yourself? And how can you make it more easier?
Really good point. A lot of people, when they see that something's come easily to some people, they justify it or explain it like, oh, they're lucky or life's unfair. But if we question those conclusions and think, actually, maybe they're onto something, maybe they have some kind of way, some kind of story that they tell themselves consciously or subconsciously, where they just expect and assume things to flow to them easily. So that's really, really interesting. Wow, Miruna, thank you so much. This was really interesting, and you've given me even more motivation and belief in the techniques that I've shared on this channel. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And Miruna has a YouTube channel where she talks in more detail about how she uses manifestation to manifest more awesome things in her life. So definitely make sure to check out her channel. I will put the link to it in the description below. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, bye.
Bye.